What's going on? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Sephiroth the Dev, all right? I know that we have had a hell of a relationship, all right? I understand that a lot of the stuff that I've been saying is now coming to fruition, and a lot of the talking points that you're hearing is everything I've been saying for the last 2 years. You guys would have never heard this side of the story if I did not know my name was lied on. So, let's get into it. To let you guys know, I am a game developer, a game designer, environment designer. That's what I do inside of my game. I also own the gaming studio called Hidden Studios. I also own the business development and gaming distribution company, also opening up our own publishing house, Project Spartan and Project Publishing. These are things that I've created to move and create the digital gaming world. So, all of these things, and I will show you on screen exactly what it is that we're built and what we're building. And we want to talk about everything and why that these people had the agenda and in the best interest of themselves to keep you guys blinded and to keep me hidden. Ironically, the name of my studio. So it actually kind of go into each other. But I'm going to go over some people like Bryson, Ramen. And the only reason for Ramen, I'm just going to put you in here, is because anybody that actually would have had a conversation with me and actually found out the actual person I am, you guys know that I'm not what Web3 people and, like people like the Wolf DAO, which is basically the cabal that basically tried their best to keep me from changing the space. I'm going to talk about Ramen. I'm going to talk about Mizzy. I'm talking about Catalyst. Those guys are good guys. They're the good guys, but fair. Not the Wolf Dallas people. Bryson, let me just make this clear. Bryson, Ramen, Catalyst, Mizzy. Those are the good guys. But fair is what kept them from actually being able to have the space be not in the position it's in now. The Wolf Dow are the cabal that are a part of the people that kept me, that did everything literally everything that they possibly could to keep you guys from knowing what I am building. So much to the point that back from Saga, Rebecca Lau from Saga was talking crazy because she was saying that basically how Icy and those guys they are bad actors and everything. Then I got proof of that too. I got to scroll over that. So I'll just post it up after this video. How Icy and these guys are the bad actors. When I explained to her, Crypto Stash, Classy Crypto, all these people who are the bad actors, and I showed her proof that these people are actually the bad actors of Web3 gaming. Sam, all these guys, I don't want to work with them. These same KOLs, I don't want to work with them. The people that I did choose, which was only one person though. No, I think the people I did chose Stefan Prav, Shamgar, and Bryson. Those are the people that I wanted to use our financing for when it came to our marketing from the publishing that I had with Saga. And I wanted to make sure that Prav, Bryson, Shamgar, and Stefan were the people that we paid. That's the only people that I wanted to be the KOLs. And we had a whole different strategy of marketing than what you see in Web3 today. So, what happened? And why was I attacking you guys? Well, first, let's take it all the way back when Axie Infinity was blowing up in the Philippines and everything like that. What got me into, the concept of Web3 gaming was I thought that, being from the corporate world, because I'm a retired business developer, I've built systems in Philadelphia that keeps people poor today. Just to let you know, I was a part of a system, so I'm against corporate. I read books like this, Snakes in Suits, which is why, because I've seen behind, the curtain. I've seen behind the curtain, right? I sit with guys in Philadelphia like this that keeps people poor. I know you guys think I'm just some guy from the hood and everything like that, but I'm 35 years old and I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur. I've been an investor. I've been a business developer for 16 years of my life. I've made people very wealthy. I have a name due to the fact that I made people very rich. Just want you to know that I had a name before I started even game developing. A lot of the people that's in my community came from my business before I started gaming. Okay? So, being a part of the corporate world, I seen what happened. So, when I seen that Web3 was supposed to be freedom, where the everyday person could have a chance and breaking away from the system and taking it to the man, that was like, cool. All of the shit that I've done in my career, I'm able to now create systems to free the people. The same people that, it was only in Philadelphia, but the same systems that I helped create that trap people, now I can do the opposite and help free people. Now, I didn't know Axie Infinity was what it was. Like, I didn't know it was like a Ponzi scheme and everything like that. I didn't know that. I was confused when I saw like the unsustainable model and stuff like that. Didn't do too much research on it. I was just confused. I used to watch people like Classy Crypto and everything like that, like BitBoy Crypto. I used to watch people like that. I just found out the other day that the person I knew about Bryson before I met him, and it was when Axie Infinity. This is before he I don't know if he was in the condo. He wasn't definitely in the condo here now, but I seen that. So I seen him on there. So this is before I was just like trying to find out NFT games and how to build one and all that type of stuff like that. Like NFT champions. I was like, as a business developer, what I would do is I would study competition and figure out who was doing it right. But I didn't know the right way to do it. And at this time, it was, just like, hey, I'm going to create something as great as Axie Infinity. This is before I knew about the Ponzi scheme and all that type of stuff like that. I wanted to create something great, like Illuvium and stuff. Like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is the future and everything like that. So I was just like you guys at one point. I just never purchased NFTs and anything like that. I just always thought NFTs was goofy as hell. When I seen monkey pictures and pictures of rocks being purchased for millions of dollars and stuff like that, I just didn't understand that. So it's just like, okay, this is very weird, but it's just not got nothing to do with gaming, so I'm just keep pushing. The culture of Web3 gaming has became very weird because I used to sit on Twitter Spaces. As I first started developing my game, I was sitting on Twitter Spaces. And I was sitting on Twitter Spaces. I forgot the name, Shop X or something like that. I forgot the name, but my man Kurt, shout out to Kurt. It was unfortunate that the space pushed him out due to the fact that it just wasn't doing anything. The space wasn't doing anything. He did not do anything. The space wasn't doing anything. And I used to sit on Spaces with him. I became a co-host of him. And nobody would ever talk about gaming. It was like everybody was talking about NFTs, and I was the only person there just talking about bringing value, coming up with ways, sustainable ways that we can try to figure out how to make people money. This is before I came up with the economy that I have. So I was trying to figure out what these guys trying to brainstorm. Like, hey, let's be creating games. This is supposed to be. We're creating games, and I was trying to have dialogue with these people that was on the basically. I guess you guys will call it shilling now. Promoting their games at that time, and I was just on there, but everybody was talking about 10,000 a collection of 10,000 Sleepy Lion, Crazy Chickens, something apes. It was so crazy that people was up there saying, yeah, we were a rug, the last people rugged. We took over the community, and we're trying to do things. So it was real strange. My community we would come and fill up the spaces and stuff like that, and we just didn't understand. I was like, what the hell is happening here? What are they talking about? And when I would talk, everybody would get offended, and I just didn't understand. I would ask Kurt, why are people offended? I'm talking about business and stuff like that, and what would be said was, we don't do that here. This isn't Web 2. We don't do business here. This is what they were saying. This is like 2 years, almost 3 years ago, right? This is they're saying we don't do business here. Why is he up here talking about that type of stuff like that? I was going into discourse where a bunch of Web3 um, founders was at, some founders that you see today, and one of them was Crazy Cart Mice or Dead Mice or something like that. It was basically like a racing car mice game. They don't exist right now. Um, and I was just so excited. I was telling them like, yeah, like building a community. This is the community talk and shit like that. I was telling, hey, build a community and all that stuff like that. I was telling them how I treat my community, like how I roll the red carpet out for my community, and like without my community, there would be no me, and how we should just be like that and founders and stuff like that. And then I was told by the mouse game that I'm doing it wrong. So I want you to think about like at this time as building from this new technology and everything like that. Like I was watching whiteboard crypto, all things like that, trying to learn this blockchain stuff. So I was doing all the education I needed. But I'm going into the development of my game and the development of my economy and trying to build this the right way and build this digital future. But I'm talking to these people that I'm thinking that it's supposed to be like we're all supposed to come together and raise money and stuff like that and build the next gaming industry. So I'm like, this is I'm confused at this time. Like, what the hell you mean that I'm doing it wrong? He never answered me, so it's like whatever. Um, so I see the grant programs at this time with Polygon, with Gala Games and everything like that. So the first I'm creating this the next big thing. I knew from the gate that I could not make a game that was the same or copycat or whatever the case may be. I knew that if this was going to work, you have to create something that people are familiar with, but they've never seen before. So I wanted to create a horror GTA like, which is now our game is not a GTA like, it's a horror life simulator. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted to create that at the time. At the time, I was like, okay, on a whiteboard, basically horror GTA, where that's what we're creating. So I'm thinking, I got the guy that made the car system, the car system on Sleeping Dogs. If you ever played that game, you know that car system is crazy. So I got the person that not like these founders who find people on Fiverr that says they work at people. No, I actually have the person who created the car system working on the game. This is who I have on the game. So I'm thinking that with Gala Games, I'm seeing all the games that they're promoting, the tanks. I think they was at the time that was the only game they was promoting, but they had the tanks, and I was like, we'll be creating just completely obliterate everything every game that was inside of that Discord, and definitely the tanks. And I was like, the only game that had a possibility of like competing with us at that time was Illuvium due to the way it looked. And again, like I didn't know even Illuvium what it was, right? So when I went to Gala Games, I talked to I think it was Bitbender or somebody. It was either Bitbender or somebody from Gala. It was like one of the people. They was high up though, and I talked to them. And I'm thinking like the grant program is an actual grant, like a business grant. Again, I'm a business developer. I'm from the business world. So I'm thinking like a business grant. Where you get a grant, you don't have to pay it back. But you just gotta send in paperwork and all types of stuff like that, show that you're a legitimate business, all types of stuff like that, and then you get the funding and stuff like that. So I'm thinking it's also like this grant program is also like publishing and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. So Gala Games tells me that they only fund fully developed games. So I'm like, if my game is fully developed, why the hell would I need funding from you? That don't make any sense. So I asked them that, and it's like this, but yeah, this is how we do things. And I'm just like, what the hell? What in the hell is happening here? So, boom, okay, cool, whatever. The game gets to the point where I'm close to a testing. I go to Crypto Stash. I contacted Crypto Stash. Crypto Stash immediately responds back to me. Now, this time, I'm like, that's dope as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, holy shit, the YouTuber that I seen recently on a panel of BitBoy Crypto, somebody that I'm learning crypto from at the time. Which, we're not gonna talk about that, but you get the point. I'm learning from Crypto Boy, and Crypto Stash responds to me. After I see him, I contact him because I seen that he was part of the gaming side. I contacted him and he responded back immediately, and I was like, "That's dope as fuck, man!" Like the content creators here, they actually respond back. Not even me. This is before Sephiroth. Dun dun dun. This is before Thanos of Web3, the boogeyman. This is before all that. At this time, this is baby Sephiroth right here. Like, the book bag over too big. I'm happy for school. The shoes too big. Then, little Sephiroth. This is little Sephiroth at this time. You know what I'm saying? So this is before the demon that y'all know of, right? That y'all hear of. It's before demon time. So I contact him. He responds back. I'm really excited. I'm like, holy shit, these guys are dope. You know what I'm saying? This shit is way better than Web 2. Fuck that. I could contact fucking Asmongold. He would ignore the fuck out of me. You get what I'm saying? He would completely ignore me. Like, the hell with Asmongold. These guys are great, right? That's how I thought. So I'm like, hey, man, I got this game. It's a horror GTA inspired by the SCP Foundation inside of the SCP universe and stuff like that. He didn't know what the SCP universe was. I explained it to him that it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, creepypasta and communities inside of the internet. We're using it as a cheat code so we can automatically succeed. Boom. I'm telling you, our game is a cheat code. We will automatically succeed, even if the game was ass. It's not, but just in case. Just in case at that time, I was like, all right, we'll put the sales states on it. We will get people to play it due to the fact all we got to do is slap SCP on it, and boom, success. Right? He tells me to look at your game, it will cost you $10,000.
Thank you.
Do your thing with it, right? Get me in front of people. I said, look at it. I said, why the fuck would I pay you that? And he said, because what do you say? And by the way, this is crazy. They took all my accounts down, those 2 accounts. So a lot of the conversations on these parts, I can't prove that. But I'm letting you know, this happened, okay? I'm letting you know. The things that you're going to hear about these guys that's sitting here perpetrating, acting like they're for you, I'm going to let you, and if you know me, you do know, I am the most transparent person inside of the space, the most honest and genuine person inside of the space, if you know me, from Web3. And you actually got to know me, joined my community, and everybody that joins my community from Web3 become my biggest supporters. More supportive than the Web2 people. So, I'm like, that's confusing. That's stupid. Why would I do such a thing? That don't make any sense. I don't even think that's how it works in Web 2. He's like, but he said something like, this is what we do. Something like, this is what you need to do. So basically something like, and paraphrasing, but he was basically saying that to make it inside of the industry, you have to follow these basically guidelines. Like, you have to pay these people this amount of money, then they do what they do. They post a tweet and whatever the case may be and do that stuff like that. That's basically what I'm saying. And I'm like, bro, like, no, I'm not paying you fucking shit. And this is where the burn. Now I'm the book bag. I'm starting to grow the book bag. Now I'm starting to fit the book bag now. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to fit the book bag. The sword is coming out the sheath now. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. Why would I pay you anything? That don't make any sense. I said, I'm not paying you shit. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it without you. I'm going to show you and all the Web3 content creators. So Crypto Stash is kind of the one that kind of like made me go on my crusade of the content creators. This is before the KOL thing existed. I was just on an ass kicking spree with the content creators on their ass. Because I started paying attention to them and just seeing how terrible their content was at the time. So I was like, no, I'm going to do it without you. I'm going to show you how irrelevant you Web3 people are. Because I started looking at their views, looked at Web 2, and was like, yeah, you guys can't compete. There's no way in hell that you guys compete. So I was like, I'm going to do it without you guys. Okay, boom. Haven't spoken to him. So at the time, I'm like talking on the comments. This time I'm like a reply guy at the time. The first person that responded to me out of me being like a reply guy was Bryson. And the reason why is because I used to look at Bryson videos and I used to be like, is he really good at Counter-Strike, or is he posing? And he actually is good at Counter-Strike. So I found that out myself. So he's actually played real Counter-Strike. That's not Photoshop. So at first I thought it was a fake video. I thought he was putting his video over because I started to see just a bunch of shady stuff going on in spaces. It's like, what the hell is going on here? So I thought he was one of the frauds, and I came at him. He responded back like, "Hey man, I'm not like that," and stuff like that. So I was like, "All right, whatever, cool, whatever." I made a video explaining like, "Hey, this is fucked up. This is time. Like, this is rug at the rug at the rug." I'm talking about like Pixie. This is going forward. Fast forward in time. This is when Pixel Mine, the 21-year-old, raised $71 million. He rugged. It was a founder that did a mint and died in the middle of the mint. Then everybody said he's going to sue. Then he ended up magically coming back to life. All this type of stuff like that. Everything. I'm seeing all this stuff on Web2 News about how bad, bad the foolishness of Web3 gaming. This is when Earth 2, all this types of stuff like that. So I'm talking like Web3 gaming is like in a real bad space right this time. Like this is like they're just known for scams. So I make a video about the situation, like what like, hey, just what the hell is going on here? Bryson sees I'm a black man. He's like, holy stat, I didn't know you was black, man. And so we talked. We had a conversation. He heard my mission and my vision. And at this time, I have the economy set up inside of our game. It's not inside of the game, but you get the point. Like, it's basically flushed out. Okay? I knew 2 years ago that tokens, NFTs, and stuff like that just isn't good for gaming. Okay? Blockchain is very good for gaming. I'll get into that in a second. But going back to Bryson, we talked. So Bryson somewhat knows about what I'm building. He somewhat knows. Somewhat. He doesn't fully know, but he's somewhat. At this time, Sephiroth is here, the one-winged angel, out here to destroy. I will never be a memory. I'm here to bring despair. And I'm only here to bring despair to fraudulent people. I'm only here to destroy fraudulent people. That's it. I'll explain that in a second too. So me and Bryson have a few conversations. Bryson sees I'm nothing like they thought I was. I'm nothing. I'm a very genuine guy. I'm a good person. He knows that. I'm going to get into why Bryson plays a huge part into the ruins of what you see today. And then after all this stuff, I'm going to go into the computer and I'm going to show you exactly who I am. But after I go into the saga situation, or I should probably just jump into the computer and then go into the saga situation. But Bryson plays a part in the ruins of Web3 is due to the fact that he knows of the truth. Like, not fully knows the truth, but there's been times that I've sent him, like, devlogs, like I sent him my economy. I don't think he ever read it. You get what I'm saying? He said he'll read it. I don't think he ever did. But I sent him exactly from like the GDD of like what I was building and stuff like that. So he should have known. Like he could have like just read it and stuff like that. Like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna show y'all guys is what I sent him. So that's where he plays a part. And I get it. Like, the thing about how the space think that I'm some type of brand risk when I actually have a brand outside of the space, that I actually have an actual brand where you guys actually hurt me more than I can ever do for you, hurt you. I get it though, that like if Bryson stand with me, he loses relationships that he think that is important. And all these relationships that he was, worried about losing. And this is the same thing with Mizzy, same thing with Catalyst. I won't say the same thing with Ramen at the time, but Ramen is a part of Catalyst. So same thing with the JRP from Third Web. Anybody that ever spoken to me found out that of who I am, but was afraid to stand next to me due to this brand risk thing. They are all at fault. But I understand because it's due to fear. They're so worried. And then they thinking that these games that I'm telling them, like, yo, these games aren't it as an actual game developer, not somebody from Fiverr. I didn't want my team out from Fiverr or anything like that. We're real game developers who live, breathe, and eat this stuff. The stuff that you see aren't real and aren't games that have any type of game design inside of them. These games have no directions. It's easy to make a battle royale game. It's easy to make most of all the games are battle royales. Yeah, so it's easy up to all the shooting games. It's easy to make these games, but the shooting games is the hardest genre to get into. I've been saying to them that I don't understand why that these people make shooting games, because that's the hardest community to please. It's the hardest community to please. The shooting game community is the hardest community out of the gaming community to please. It's them, and then there's MMOs. Like fighting games and stuff like that. It's easier to, you get what I'm saying, to get into that genre. But Web3 gaming, I'm talking about, there's no experience here. There's no experience. It doesn't matter where these people come from. And a lot of these guys are lying. Majority, 99% of these people are lying about where they come from. Which we want to get into Mick from Mika, or whatever the hell his name is. But the guy who worked with 100 Thieves, who said he worked with Call of Duty, he was a person that worked on Call of Duty. You know, him from Saga. We're going to get onto him in a second. I'm going to show you how fraudulent these people are and how they lie their way into the doors of people, of these companies. Or they lie their way into the hearts of you guys and make you guys who aren't gamers think that these guys are something that they're not, and you guys can trust them because they have experience. They're experts. We're going to talk about the expert from Saga. We're going to talk about that in a second. So these people are making these games where I'm telling these people, even Bryson and these guys, nobody's listening. I'm telling everybody, I don't know why people are making these games. I'm talking like Parallel Fine is like a card game and stuff like that. That's another genre. It's really difficult to get into, but people will play it because people are looking to become like a pro at something, so they could be in the forefront of it. Like something, I want to be early into this game, be one of the best card players inside this game. So Parallel could have had a thing, but it just, once they attacked Hearthstone, and another thing that Web3 did wrong was attacking gamers. You guys did nothing but attack me because you think that I was trying to hurt your bags. And instead of looking at it like this, that if I'm calling out my pet hooligans for using Lyra and just slapping rabbits on top of it, Citizen Conflict for using Lyra and slapping monkeys and stuff on top of it. I think that's the B1. I think that's the B1. The monkeys is the B14, B whatever the hell that is. Citizen Conflict, just dropping random people on it and stuff like that. But all these guys are using Lyra at the time. I don't know if they changed it, but I know at the time they was using Lyra. All these guys. And instead of the community, but again, y'all aren't gamers, so I get it. But instead of the community holding the dev team accountable, they attacked me. I even exposed my pet hooligans for using Lyra. So they was like, you're creating FUD. And I was telling the thing, you know, before I even get like straight up to destroy people, I kind of try to educate you first. And I was trying to educate the rabbits. And I was basically telling them like, hey, why are you guys mad at me? I'm not the one that's basically robbing you guys. I'm not the one that's doing that. Like, talk to them. They are telling you they're going to bring the next million gamers. They're going to do all this stuff like that, but then they give you something that's completely for free on Unreal Engine that you can actually do yourself. You can do that shit yourself. I can teach you how to do that. And you're mad at me. You paying thousands of dollars for these rabbits and stuff like that, and they're giving you free. So, like, where's the money going to? But you're mad at me. Like, regardless of the fact, and I was right, regardless of the fact you lost your money. Either way, that if I said something or not, the money is gone. The money is gone. But you could have had a chance if you were gamers, because gamers don't allow that to happen. Like where we like accept just mediocrity and just if you guys don't know the history of Cyberpunk or the history of No Man's Sky, you guys probably don't. Go do your research. You guys need to be educated. It's not gamers. Like we have the internet. Gamers could easily just search anything, just like I did. Like I did whiteware crypto and all that stuff. I learned so much about the blockchain. I got books and stuff. Got a blockchain book right there. We can easily learn about you guys, but it's different. You got to go engage and talk to people to learn culture. You just can't like Google culture. You can't Google gaming culture. You have to actually be around us and talk to us and stuff like that. But you guys don't do that. You attack us. You attack us. And we're gonna show you why Web3 gaming just gamers will never be a part of this space, because it's something that's already happening inside of the gaming industry, where we're getting attacked by the gaming media and the gaming industry, which is why the gaming industry is falling apart. It's not about money. It's not about funding. These guys got affinity money over there, but they're going out of business. It's because they putting woke stuff inside the game, and the woke games are attacking the gamers. I have white people inside of my community. I have all people from all around the world, and I have white people, and the white people support me as a black man. They support me. And inside of the gaming industry right now, they are hiring for DEI. I'm a black man who could go get money from BlackRock and these guys. Not anymore because Elon Musk. But at the time, I could have easily went to go get hundreds of millions of dollars from BlackRock. I had the connections. I also have connections from business. I have connections where I could have done that. But I chose not to sell my community. I will never hurt the people that made me. The difference between me and any founder inside of this space is the founders believe that you belong to them. Once you portray to be somebody that you're not, eventually what's happening now with you guys on the timeline right now, you guys are starting to realize that these guys are frauds. Everything that I was saying, you guys are starting to realize that. It's all through my timeline. Even the people that the cabal that did everything they could to try to hide me are even saying what I've been saying. That the founders spend billions of dollars and nobody know what they're talking about. No one knows what they're doing and stuff like that. I could have easily sold my community. Once the people find out that you're not who you say you are, they will catch on eventually. It's only so much you can fake. They will catch on. And once you treat them like they belong to you, you lose. You belong to them. It's the other way around. The community control your fate. And this is what I was telling that mouse game. The community control our fate. You lose. Instantly, you think that they belong to you. And that's what every single Web3 founder believes, that you guys belong to them because you are their battery pack. You are nothing but a distraction. As you guys are saying that we're trying to use the normies as exit liquidity, that's what they're doing to you. And I've just been trying to wake you guys up. As somebody that's an actual gamer, as somebody that's an actual game developer, an actual business person, like I've sat inside of, I wasn't inside of the panel, but I sat on a live with Karen from, I wasn't on the panel, but I was watching it live, and who was on the live was Karen from Illuvium. It was Bitbender from Gala Games. It was the dude from Star Atlas, and it was some other dude. And one of the conversations, the moderator asked one conversation, and it was about monetizing and creating an economy for gaming. None of them on that panel knew what they were talking about. None of them had answers. It was all theory, and I think this could be a thing. Going back to my point, the gamers are we are under attack in the gaming industry. The community is under attack. We say anything, we rebel against the stuff that they give us. They call us bigots. They call us racist. They call us sexist. They call us transphobic. They call us anything under the sun. It was an article that came out 2 days ago that said that the gamers gamers are the cause of the Doge. Gamers are the reason why federal agents and stuff like that are losing their jobs. This is an article that just came out. Gamers are being blamed for everything. Violence, all types of things. So when you come over here and you get attacked because we say, bro, this game sucks. You guys aren't gamers. We don't want this stuff inside of our games. And then Parallel goes over and attack Hearthstone. You're doing nothing but the same exact thing that we already are dealing with. So you're repelling your customer base. You're repelling us because we're already dealing with that on one side. So we don't have a home because the industry that we once grew up and loved, they're shitting on us. So gamers are homeless right now. And my thing is like, I've been trying to work with Bryson and these guys to wake up like, okay, we have the chance to turn this around. I'm gonna make a part 2. We have the chance to turn this around and take over the gaming industry. And when y'all find out on part 2 on what I was doing behind the scenes, you're gonna be very pissed off with these blockchains like Polygon and very upset with Saga. You might sell everything that you have if you own Saga. You might. It's a big chance you will. It's probably a 90% chance you will sell everything. Because then let you know, Saga could have been the biggest crypto. It probably would have been the biggest. They could have changed the concept of publishing. They could have changed the concept of publishing games. You guys could have been in a position where you guys didn't have to worry about speculating or thinking, or am I going to make my money back? Is this game going to make us some money? Or what are these guys doing? You guys, I had them in a position where you guys, it would have been, it's all about if our games hit. I'm not talking about our game. Web3 could have been inevitable last year. And again, I don't go around. I've talked my shit. I let you guys know that I have the best shit. And I do. But I don't let people know who I am in this space because you guys are my audience. So I wasn't marketing to you guys. I'm not marketing to you guys. I don't market to Twitter because you guys aren't my audience. My audience is gaming and gamers. Like, that's my audience, just gamers. And you know, the Twitch community and all that type of stuff like that, you know, like WL community, that's my audience as well. But my audience aren't crypto people and people that buy NFTs, meme coins and stuff like that. I don't understand you guys. I don't know how to talk to you. I even tried to build with crypto people to try to understand you guys. But every time that I work with somebody in crypto, they have an agenda, and the agenda is to scam people. And I'm not about that. And especially when it comes to my community, I will not let anybody hurt my community. So I get rid of them. I don't give a shit how much money that I can make. I am fine. I'm doing very well, and I don't need it. And that's another reason why the cabal is afraid of me, because they know I'm a man with money, the man with the knowledge, the man that's creating the creative things. They sit behind the doors and they hear about what's going on with me, and they know that I'm the only one here that can fight against them. Because Bryson, the Catalyst guys, and these guys are content creators. They're not game developers or, you know, like business people or whatever the case may be. Like, you know, they probably doing good in life and stuff like that. Like Bryson's doing well in life, right? But he can't fight against the cabal. He can't fight against them. He don't have the money he has like the money, but he don't have the money and the know-how of the game development that can fight against off the grid and all that stuff like that. Like just completely shit on off the grid and stuff. You don't have that. You don't have that. Bryson wanted to work with me with a game. If we worked together, we could have fought against off the grid and all that stuff like that. Get that shit out of here. And I'm going in this video here. I just want you, hopefully you guys know and understand this. Like, you guys did everything wrong. You guys did everything wrong. And again, this is not to doom and gloom you guys. You guys are already like down in the dumps. It's not to kick you while you're down. Hopefully you guys listening to what I'm saying. And part 2 of this video, you're going to see that you guys could have had everything that you guys was promised. You could have had it. You could have had it. And then they made y'all, they tricked y'all, man. They tricked y'all. They did exactly what they told y'all that the space, what I came here for. They told y'all exactly, they did exactly what they told y'all that the space was created for. That to free yourselves from the government, to free yourselves from Big Brother and from this cabal that's running the world and fucking everybody with the banking system and all that type of stuff like that, controlling every single thing. And then they create that same exact system, but this time it's people who have never done anything. So you guys are being screwed by people who like failed business owners, people that worked at McDonald's, MLM people, network marketers. And these people don't have any experience. That like ask them. Because they'll tell you, oh, I'm a trader, I'm a master trader, I got alphas and all that stuff like that. But just sit there and ask them, and they will block you or mute you if you ask the questions. Like, well, teach me actually how to make money. Every single one of them will block you or mute you if you ask a real question. Okay, fuck trading. Teach me how to make money. They did exactly to y'all, exactly what they told y'all that this space was a fight. As brag me, we all want to make it and all that stuff like that. They did exactly to y'all. And I've been trying to tell y'all, stop following these people because they're doing this to y'all. They're giving y'all golden apples, and this is the apple, it's just a ball of shit, just wrapped in a golden apple. But they got their hand behind their back, and they're doing everything possible. Just take me out of it. Why don't they promote any game that's realistic, bornless, compete? They don't. Why? Why? Because it doesn't fit their agenda. It's not, and it got y'all thinking that things like calling yourselves degenerates, saying y'all in the trenches. They tricked y'all to think that these things are good things when they're not. Like being a degenerate is not a good thing. But we're cool because we're degenerates. Like you guys really have to go on YouTube and look at the comment section, what people think about you. Think about this. Your biggest content creator on YouTube is somebody that calls out the games in the space. Think about that. Look at the comments of John, how you pronounce his name. Shout out to him. John, he watches the video. Shout out to you, brother. We had plenty of conversations. If you look at the comments, you will see gamers like myself and how we feel about you guys. Like y'all gotta get out of this bubble. You gotta get out of this bubble. You have to talk to people like myself. You have to. You have to. It will never happen if you do not. You don't know your audience. So if you don't know your audience, if the KOLs don't know your audience, if you're not hiring anybody to understand your audience, how are you going to sell to them? Like, I read books like this, and I'm out of here. Propaganda. We're going to do part 2. Propaganda. The Art of War. 30 Strategies of War. 48 Laws of Power. The Law of Human Nature. And Day Trade and Attention. These are books I read. And books I read and books I read. I understand psychology. I understand people. It's the reason why I had 3 accounts and you guys have got in front of me. It's the reason why, for a lot of you people who hate me, you guys know who I am. and I only had 57 followers. And a lot of these guys, and every single one of these guys bought their accounts. But I have 57 followers. I have a bigger voice than all these people. And it's not being arrogant. I'm just letting you know it's a reason why that you guys know me and only have 57 followers and stuff like that. Every single person in their space. How the cabal is terrified of me. And I only have 57 followers. I'm more powerful than them with only 57 followers. You guys have to stop with the follower thing. Stop looking at followers and equal that to knowledge and expertise and this is a person that's authority, because that can be purchased. That could be purchased. That's like wearing a Gucci suit and thinking that person got money. It can be purchased. It's fake. Fake metrics does not. It's fake. This might be a three-part thing, but this is part one. This is part one. It's a long. I'm talking about 3 years of shit. I don't know how long this series will be, but it's a long. Y'all guys been hidden from me, and it's so much that you guys just don't know that you guys could literally be making money right now, not just because of me. Like if I sat down with Bornless, sat down with Compete, sat down with the games that might have a chance. It might have a chance. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Stop with the glazing. Stop doing that. Stop with the positive toxicity. Stop doing that. Stop thinking that gamers who are speaking their mind are the bad people. Stop doing that. I'm going to explain to you here why that's bad. Because in the gaming industry, that same exact thing is happening with the media and all of the woke game developers. They are in an echo chamber saying the same thing, spewing the same bullshit, and gamers do not like echo chambers and glazing. There's a reason why people like Charlie, which is Penguin Zero, people like Asmongold, people who have a voice who speaks their mind and call shit out, like CoffeeZilla. Again, your biggest YouTuber is a person that exposes people inside of the industry. Gamers follow and flock to that. It's a reason I have a community with nothing but gamers. It's a reason why Prof, a real gamer, who me and him was beefing with each other because I thought he was a part of the cabal. But when we sat down and talked, he immediately left Web3. Immediately left Web3. Because gamers recognize and resonate with gamers. By the way, we are the strongest community on the planet. 3.8 billion of us. The government is starting to realize that we're too fucking strong. We're half of the population of Earth. We're half of the shit. Go to Mars is gonna be half there too. Once the fucking aliens get the game and like, holy shit. We're half of the population. You guys are on the wrong side of history. There's a war that I'm fighting on both sides. I'm trying to get people to stop scamming because they're hurting the technology and the possibility for people like myself and the people on part two. You guys are hurting us. You guys are hurting yourselves. You're putting a lot of money, putting your house and putting yourself in financial ruin. And these people tricked you guys. Watch part two. Hopefully, this one kind of show you I'm not what you thought I was. I was actually on you guys' side the whole time. And part two is going to show you that. Where everybody go, well, what do you build? What are you doing? And y'all thought I was arrogant. But I always kept who I was to myself. And the people who know me and know who I was, people like Bryson and those guys. I never just say, I'm this and I do that. No, I never did that. I just told you my game is the shit. My game is going to shit on everybody. That's it. So I told you, boom. That's up to you to go join the Discord or join my community and see who I was. It's up to you. You wasn't my audience, so there's no need for me to tell you who I am. They love you the way you are. They want you to be the way you are. I love you guys. I love you enough not to leave you where you are. If you really want to make money and stuff like that, 2025, it could happen for you. You don't have to believe me. For those, give us a shot. I will try to be working with people like Bornless and stuff like that to make us take the W. Helping them guys learn how to interact with their audience. Teaching them for free, completely. I don't want no money from nobody. If you know anybody that is an actual good actor that you believe, comment their names below. Comment, like, and share this video. There will be a part 2 and a part 3. It's time for a change on both genders. Genres, pardon me. Both genres and genders too. Both genres. Both genres. Web 2 and Web 3. And if you are a person that's a traditional gamer, the technology is not going to hurt us, I promise you. I promise you. It's the people. It's not the technology. There are people like myself that are here to allow you guys, and that's fighting for you guys, to be able to play and make money and share the revenue that we make. We will make billions of dollars. We're able to at least give you $1. Like, we can share our money with you, where you guys don't have to fight and claw at YouTube and Twitch. See you in the next video. Much love. My name is Sephiroth. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and then share this video. Get this out to gamers. Get this out to the people that's inside of Web3. You guys don't need to speculate. Learn the difference between speculating and ROI. I will be teaching you guys that. Thank you for watching.